Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life now. Welcome to my life now.
Hi, I'm Zoe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're joining me, well, welcome. Please do subscribe. Today I'm going to be taking you through my birth story. This one is long overdue because so many things happened immediately after, and then anyway, to cut the long story short, it's really long overdue because the baby in question is now 10 months old, guys. She's 10 months old. She's gonna be a year soon. Super exciting. Yeah, so this video is for anybody who is about to give birth. Maybe it's gonna be your first time giving birth, just to put your mind at ease and at rest and where you sort of need to be. So if you're about to give birth, or you just found out you're pregnant, it's gonna be your first time, or perhaps the last time wasn't so great, this time, well, I hope this video helps you and just puts your mind at ease, like I said before. Where do I begin? So first things first, our baby was actually due on the 18th of January and she was born on the 10th of January. So just to start from the top. So a lot of the videos that I watched or that I came across initially when I just started looking up, you know, birth, what to expect, you know, those types of videos. No, guys, people were in labor for like 30 hours, some for 19 hours. It was just crazy. And you know, before getting into like researching on birth and watching those kinds of videos and reading up, well, before I was pregnant, I thought to myself, how is someone in labor for like 19 hours? So there's the active labor period, and then there's the, you know, that's the like pushing period, and then there's the one before where things are happening, the baby's coming down, and yeah, so that's how there's that many hours. So for me, what happened was, like I said, our baby was due on the 18th of January, but she came on the 10th of January, which is like 8 days early. And let me tell you, I literally just got ready the week before. So my husband and I decided one day to just, you know, go buy everything at once. We had bought like 1 or 2 things here and there, but then we're like, time is running out. You know what? Let's not take this like a, you know, let's not be so laissez-faire. Let's go. And then the weekend before, she was born on a Monday, so not the weekend before, the week before that weekend, we just went out and bought everything at once, and we packed her bag, and her bag was sitting there for 1 week. It's like something in me just knew that time is not with us. We need to do something, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was a kind of pregnant person who would be like out jiving, not out, but like we'd go to brides, we'd have family events. I had so much energy through my pregnancy. Obviously it was up and down. I had really high bursts of energy, and then I had like really low moments where I'm sleeping on the couch for months. Well, not months, but like I'm really tired, and just, yeah, it was up and down. But most of the time I would say I had a lot of energy. So this was one of the evenings when we decided we're gonna have a braai just next door at my brother-in-law's house. We went over for a braai, we danced as usual, we hung out, we chilled, we ate, you know. Yeah. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So one of the things that I struggled with in pregnancy, believe me not, or, you know, I could not bath when I got to 22 weeks. Yeah. I couldn't bath, guys. I could not bath when I got to 22 weeks. So what I would do is how it started is whenever I would jump into the bath, any water that would touch my skin would feel like I am on fire, like it's acid being poured on me. It was so itchy, so painful. And so when I read about it, they were telling me it could be too much protein, and I went to the hospital. They did some tests and found that there was not that much protein. So I read up, you know, on Facebook blogs and things like that, where they were like, it just happens immediately you give birth, it's going to go away. 22 weeks, that's a really long time, up until like 37 weeks when you're supposed to be giving birth, 37, 38 weeks. It was a really long time. So every week what I would do is I would choose a day when I'm going to get in there, bath, do my thing, and then come out and then be on fire, cry about it, or sit and just lay on the floor or whatever. Yeah, so now bringing you back to the day when I was giving birth, basically, or the day before. So I had gone over to their house, and while I was there I thought to myself, I feel really dirty, let me just take a shower today. I just felt really uncomfortable and very sweaty. It was quite humid. It was January, so it was a bit humid, after the rain. So I was like, let me take a shower. I got into the shower. Immediately the water touched my skin. I felt nothing. And for me, bathing and just being in the shower, in the bath, it's so therapeutic. I do that to clear my mind, to think. I like to do that, and to wash my hair. So anyway, I decided, let me bath, and I was in there, I kid you not, for almost 1 hour. I think I was in there for a whole hour, and it didn't cross my mind like, okay, maybe I'm about to give birth. No, I was just like, oh, maybe this thing is just going away, something has changed. Maybe I tried everything. I tried putting oil in my water before I bath. I tried putting chlorine in my water. I tried, people recommended so many different things that I tried. Maybe put Vaseline on your body before you bath. It didn't work. None of those things worked. So that day, I think I tried putting coconut oil on my whole body. I don't remember what I tried, but I tried something, and I was like, this stuff really, really works. I'm showering and nothing has happened. Everything's perfect. I was in there for 1 hour. I came out, I was been telling everyone, I think, things are turning around for me. Things are changing. Yeah, turning around, very dramatic. But yeah, I was so calm and relaxed and relieved after that shower. I felt brand new. After that shower, we hung out, we ate, like I said, everything was normal, everything was chilled. I came home, my husband and I came home, it's just next door, so we came home at about 10-11 p.m. We got home and we decided, let's relax, let's chill. We started chilling, just getting into a relaxed vibe. After we got into that whole relaxed vibe, we're chilling on the bed. I feel a sharp pain from my back, like a shooting pain going all the way up until like my crown through my spine. It was sharp. I couldn't move. I was stiff. It was so painful. I hadn't felt pain like that in, I think, ever. I'd never felt a pain like that. It was so painful. With that pain, I could not move. I just sat there. I think I was laying down. I just lay there and tears were rolling down my eyes. Also, pregnancy, guys, you will be crying. You will be crying a lot. You will be crying a lot. So I lay there and tears were rolling down my eyes, rolling down my face. I couldn't move, and my husband was just looking at me helpless, and he's telling me, babe, get up, let's go to the hospital. I couldn't even respond. I was crying. It was so painful, so painful. And it lasted, I would say, about 5 minutes, but 5 minutes of pain, 5 minutes of pain is a really, really long time. Immediately that pain subsided. He tells me, get up, let's go to the hospital, maybe gather your things, let's go to the hospital. And I was telling him, it doesn't matter, the pain has gone. It must be, what did I think it was? I thought it's just one of those things, But he convinced me eventually to go to the hospital. I packed a blanket, I took some socks. He got a pillow for me so I could lie down in the car. The whole time we were going to the hospital, I think that was about now 11 p.m, close to midnight. The only person we called was his brother who lives, his other brother who lives closer to our house. So we called him and let him know we're going to the hospital, and then we sent a text to his other brother who, everybody lives nearby. So we sent a text to all the people that live nearby and said, we're just going to the hospital. I experienced a really sharp pain, so we're going to go check it out. We get to the hospital. The hospital was really quiet. There was nobody there. We get there, they check us in. I go do vitals. The doctor we found Again, this is a positive experience, but that doctor we found, I don't even remember her name. We get in, I guess she was having a slow evening, you know, she didn't expect anyone to come in, but I mean, you're on call, it's a hospital, so anything can happen at any time. I don't know how it works, Kaya. We get in, she's asking me, what brings you here, what's wrong? So I tell her, no, I felt a sharp pain, this is what it was like. I described it as best as I could to her, and she says, okay, maybe we should give you some painkillers. I said, yeah, I would like some painkillers. Then she says to me, how are you feeling now? So I tell her everything's gone, but you know, she says, I'm looking here, your blood pressure looks normal from the vitals that the nurses sent me. Your blood pressure looks fine, everything looks okay. So then I said, what could have caused it? A number of things. These things happen, you know, it could be anything. I was like, okay, I mean, she doesn't know, okay, she doesn't know, but she could have given me like a list of things that could potentially cause it, but yeah, anyway. So I just said, okay, I'll take the painkillers and we can go. Then I said, could I take the painkiller as an injection? Because if that pain comes back, I don't want to feel it. I'd rather just something that quickly absorbs into my system. So she sent a little note, you know, entered my details to the nurse. Everything's digital at the hospital. I'll mention the hospital, I don't know if I should mention, but anyway. So everything's digital, so she tells me go out and see the nurse and then she'll give you the medication. I go out, I see the nurse. So there were 2 in charge, 2 on duty. So the nurse asks me, what brought you? Then I said, I was feeling a sharp pain in my back, ABC. Then she sat for a while and went to get my medication ready, the injection. So she's getting it ready. She says to me, Zoe, how far along are you? So I tell her, I'm about 38 weeks. Yeah, I think it was 38 weeks. Then she says, and the pain you felt. Okay, to be honest, I'm not comfortable letting you go home. Do you mind if I call your OBGYN, your obstetrician? Then I said, sure. I don't mind. I mean, you can call her and just ask to get the clear. Then she says, okay, before I call her, I have to call the doctor who attended to you because it would be, you know, disrespectful to just go behind her back and start talking to your OBGYN. So she called her, got the clear from the doctor, and the doctor says, sure. And the doctor says, anyway. So the doctor agreed and said, okay, fine, you can give her a call. She called her and she says, I have Madam Zoe here. She's 38 weeks. She felt a pain in her spine all the way up to her crown. Should we let her go? Or, you know, I think it might be something, a cause for concern. Could you come in and check? And then the doctor asked her, you said how many weeks? She says 38 weeks. This is now about 1 a.m., 1:30. She says about 38 weeks. The doctor says no, she can't go home. In fact, keep her for the night. I'm going to induce her in the morning. So she explains to me, okay, I'm going to give you this painkiller, but I can't give you the injection because the doctor says she's going to come in the morning and she's going to induce you. I'm like, induce me as in I'm giving birth tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm giving birth. And she says, yeah, tomorrow you're giving. She said she'll induce me. Then she says, okay, I'm not sure if she will, but she told me I should keep you and then she'll come see you in the morning and see if she should induce. My husband wasn't there, by the way. He had gone out to sort out our insurance and just to close the bill while I was getting the injection, because that's what that's what I was supposed to be doing, getting an injection. So he goes out to the reception. I go out to the reception, sorry. I go out, I explain to him, babe, the doctor says she needs to keep me here. Then he says, but the doctor says you should just get an injection. So I explained to him what happened with the nurse and how she ended up calling our OBGYN. Then he says, okay. And the first thing I said is, are you going to stay with me? He's like, of course I'll stay with you. Where would I go? I wouldn't leave you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay with you. I was like, oh, thank God. They take us to a room. Now, before that, we had booked another room. The room that we had booked was for the 18th, our due date. They asked us, do you want a single room or do you want a shared room? We asked for a single room. So they told us, okay, this is the last single room, so you will have to pay for it now. But we decided not to pay for it. I think this was, they asked us when we were like 33 3 weeks or something. So we decided, no, we won't pay for it now, because also the reception advised that sometimes you can pay for a room, but then you'll find that on the actual day there might be someone else who has taken it. You know, if there's an emergency situation where somebody's been booked for longer than they were supposed to, it's a hospital, you know, it's not like a hotel where you book a room and you expect it prim and proper, empty on the day you show up. So they ended up taking us to a different room. It was also single, self-contained, so we were happy about that. But it's like, I don't know if someone had slept in there in a while, but I just couldn't sleep. There were mosquitoes. So there's like a little sofa bed, a sofa that transforms into a bed. That's where my husband slept, and then I slept on the bed. And luckily I'd carried a blanket, but then they also had like other blankets. So I gave him one blanket and then I used the others. But I was just feeling hot. I wasn't feeling like I should cover myself. So I ended up sleeping on top of it. We slept, well, we couldn't really sleep because now they were monitoring my blood pressure to say, so they have to keep record every hour of the blood pressure situation. I didn't have high blood pressure at the time, but they had to keep like record, so that I think it's something to do with the medication that they use to induce you. If at any point your blood pressure is really high, they have to take certain precautionary measures. So that's what the nurse told me about why they kept coming in every hour. Now that checking in on us every single hour, you fall into like some sort of sleep, they come in. You fall into sleep again, they come in. So I barely slept all night until the final check-in was at about 6:30. The nurse comes in at 6:30. Hi, morning Zoe, how are you? I said, I'm fine, thanks. How'd you sleep? Barely, but I'm good, thanks. And then she tells my husband, oh, okay, so now you need to go pick up her bag and the baby's bag. And he says, I thought we were going to wait for the doctor to come and tell us whether she's inducing or not. She's like, no, she's inducing. I'm like, why did they lie to me? Did they lie to me to make me feel better? Now I'm so nervous. And then he's like nervous, jumping around. He didn't know what to do with himself. He came home. By the way, my bag wasn't packed. My bag was not packed. The baby's bag was packed. So now I'm sending him a list, like everything that he should get. He's like, I'm just going to pack the whole drawer. I'm sending him a list, what I'm texting him, babe, bring this, bring, you know. And then she asked me, are you going to go have a bath? I think it's going to be a long day. It would be nice if you take a bath first and just relax. So I went and took a bath, and they have like a shower, hot water and all that. So I took a bath. Was a shower working? I can't remember. I know I bathed in hot water, but I can't remember. I think the shower was working. So they helped me. After that, the doctor came in at... Now I'm texting my husband because she's now doing her rounds. She's coming and she's got a lot of patients to see. So I'm texting him, babe, she's here, she's here. This was 8:10 when they had to take my last reading of my blood pressure at 8:10. And then she came back in at 8:40. My husband still hadn't come back from home, collecting my bag and the baby's bag. She comes in at 8:40, and then she tells me, okay, so we're going to put this little tablet, I don't know what it's called. She says, we're going to put this little tablet inside in your cervix so that it starts opening up to let the baby out. I was like, okay. They open the legs, guys, open, like open. So she put on gloves, sterilized her hands. She sterilized her hands, fingers, then she put on the gloves, and then she sterilized the glove as well. Although it's surgical gloves, I don't know if they're contaminated, but she did that anyway. And then she applied some kind of like liquid, should we call it lube? I don't know. She applied the liquid to her fingers, and then she used a, I'm going to Google the name of this. It's a I don't know what it's called, but it's a thing like this metal thing that sort of opens your cervix up. That's what she used. She opened with that, and it feels, so it goes in closed. When I say in, you know where in is. It goes in closed, and then it starts like opening up, like slowly they like start opening you up. It was painful. Okay, everything I'm saying, guys, this is a positive story. This is a positive story, remember that. But it was so painful. Not as painful as what I had experienced like the night before or anything like that, but it was quite painful. So they opened up. After opening, she decided to just take it out, because she was like, okay, we've stretched it enough. And then she went in with her hands, her clean hands. She went in with the glove, obviously. Having applied the liquid of sorts, she went in with it because she had put the little pill. It's just a tiny little tablet. I don't know what it's called, but a tiny little tablet. She went in and she stuck it in there. And then I think as soon as it started dissolving, that's when I started to feel like cramps, like period cramps coming on, you know, like some type of cramping was happening. My husband came in confused, like he was
Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life.